Welcome to Rat Salad Review. We are here today with the band Skyliner.
Welcome.
What's up, the band Skyliner?
Hi.
What's up, Dan?
Greetings and felicitations, good sirs.
We're here with Jake, Ben, and Stuart. I remembered your names. That's pretty good for me. Usually I'm very absent-minded. And we're also joined... What do you mean, yes? What's your favorite Tool album?
Album.
It's next on my favorite Corner album.
Yeah. But we also have George Dimitri from the band Timeless Haunt. And she's being yelled at already. What does she want?
Do you want another water, George?
I've got two. I'm good. For now.
We're plenty hydrated on this episode of Rat Salad Review today, but we're not talking about drinks or being hydrated. We're talking about the new Skyliner album, Dark Rivers, White Thunder, and really great album. I've been listening to this album for a few weeks now. Jake, you gave it to me probably a month ago now, and we finally picked a date to come on my show here and talk about it. And go.
Yep.
Way to prep, Wayne. Jeez.
Well, I mean, on the subject of hydration, if you buy the record, it will quench your thirst.
That's true.
For great music.
Right.
So,
Okay.
I'm sure a lot of you out there are
I hope everybody's drinking something while they're watching the show.
head over to the band camp.
I'm going to need to.
Right. Yeah, they probably need to, obviously. But all joking aside, like I said, I've been listening to this album a lot lately, and it's very catchy, and I think it's the most catchiest album you guys have done so far. I remember every song. I remember like a lot of the choruses and stuff. I recognize each song that comes on. Even before it gets there, I know what's next, and everything's just very memorable to me about the whole thing. And I don't think the earlier albums. I mean, obviously you have good songs on the earlier albums, but it's not as memorable as this one.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that. I think I would agree with that. Yeah, which is not like a conscious thing that was done, but maybe in a way it was a little conscious because they're more vocal oriented in a certain fashion than some of the stuff on on the early albums. Like the first record, like there's a couple songs where I feel like if I look back at it, it was kind of like, well, a vocal has to go here, so we're gonna put a vocal here, Whereas, as time progresses and the writing matures and stuff like that, you come out with, I already have this entire vocal part married to this, and everything's being built around here, or things like that. So it ends up feeling a lot more complete and full of intent than just kind of like haphazard.
Yeah. And when you
go
ahead.
Sorry, Wayne. Go ahead.
When you you go. No, you go.
I insist.
Somebody go.
When you write the music, do you write music first, or you write lyrics first, and write the?
I do everything wrong in my life, so I write the lyrics first. I always have the lyrics first. So the way it is, I'll have my whole sheet, because I'm kind of I'm a rhythm person, like the way that this person and this person is. We're all kind of like rhythm freaks, and when I write, I'm thinking in that same mode, like I'm thinking in rhythm, and I need to see the words on the page kind of be arranged a certain way as well. And I just need to be able to see everything at once. And once I've completed, I guess, what my first or second idea of what I'm trying to write, the song or the piece, whatever it's about, what I'm trying to say, when it's finished enough, I'll have generally the pace, usually I'll have the tempo down, a rough tempo in my head or something like that. But the melody is usually, that's usually a blank slate, and so I have kind of my little treasure trove of riffs and varying ideas and stuff like that, and inevitably something will end up married to the set of lyrics that I have. You know, yeah, it's not nearly as like forced or contrived like as it sounds, but I almost always have my set of lyrics first 90% done at least before you know, a lot of the real riffs and stuff start like fitting to it.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, they've got to suit it. You know.
Yeah, you definitely did it on this album. Not that you didn't do it on the other albums, but this one, you did good on this one. Yeah. All right, Lou. Before I cut you off, what do you want? You got to hit unmute first.
I thank you. Well, I meant to ask pertaining, Jake, piggybacking on what you stated about your vocals. I noticed on this one you were definitely more experimentative vocally on this album than you were on past albums. Yep. What was the impetus for that? Like, what would you say was the major inspiration, or maybe you want to say, you know, let me try these different patterns out, these different ideas out? Was it since you say you write the lyrics first before you write the music, so was it like intently done that way? Like, did you have that in the back of your head, or was that something that just say, well, let me try that here to see if it works?
I just sort of go along for the ride. But there's all the previous recordings have had a variety of different styles on them, but they weren't as kind of concentrated and didn't have, I guess, the same flow and feel from song to song necessarily. I think that got better record by record. Like Outsiders is one thing, and then it improved a little bit. Unconditioned Black insofar as like the flow is concerned. But there's always been like a different sound or different voice that I'll employ, you know, and it depends on, it's not even like per song, it'll be literally like per verse or per word or per chorus, you know, like if the section, if I listen back, let's say if I make a demo or rough recording, I listen back, I need to let myself go and be open to hearing like, all right, well, what should this be instead of what I just did? Should it be something else or not? And if what that should be is a harmony, or if it should be kind of more of a dirty vocal, like a growl vocal, then I just need to allow that to exist, you know, and apply that there, and put it there, and the songs for the most part on this one, almost all of them have got a nice balance and a nice variety, and something I enjoy doing.
There were some changes too.
Yeah.
Some of the harsher parts became not harsh, and some of the cleaner parts became harsh.
Yeah,
like
so it's definitely like never a linear thing in that way. It's never like I demo it clean, but then it becomes harsh, or there wasn't a high part and now there is. It can, you know, it can be anything. Depends on what the feel of the line is. You know, even the feel of like just a word might need to be less clean voice and more like a harsh head voice, or it might be, you know, but you know, it just has to suit the words. The words are an important thing for us, you know.
I agree. Yeah. Definitely progression from album to album, and you know, I think it definitely shines a lot here. And you know, it's great that, you know, this is the lineup that I recorded this album with. I just want to say though, my favorite track, definitely "We Have the Shadows." So
that's awesome. Yeah, that's
killer track.
My favorites as well, man.
It's a late edition.
That's one of my favorites as well. Yeah. That is a late edition actually. That was the last one that was written for the record. Was that song? That was something I was just like wrestling with for a while, because most of them came together quite cleanly and fluid and quickly. Some of them were just like one shot, like then and done, written in a day. But there was other stuff where it was like there was an ember of an idea, and it never. It didn't really focus itself, you know, along with the rest of the parts. So I would just kind of put it to the side and stuff, and so that one was kind of one of those, and everything wasn't fully fleshed out until all the rest of the songs were. But it turned out to be one of my favorites too. Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. Jake, do you do? I'm sorry, Jake. Do you do most of the writing? Or you guys? I mean,
I do, but in the process, I'll bring like, and this has been the same with you know, throughout thing that we've done. I'll bring kind of a skeleton, the rough idea, to
It's Melody in the background making all that noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, tell Melody to shut up.
Shut up.
Oh, it's a good thing I have headphones on.
Like,
No, I'm going to add her on now on Facebook. I see what she does to you. She's going to get her payback at some point.
Wait, is Melody a real person?
That says,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who is that?
My other half.
Oh my God! I'm sorry, George.
I mean, he's obviously missing a part. His other half is.
Actually, yes, I got my notes right over.
Miss Cotoni sa Paracalo.
Too funny. But
Now she should know when we made that request, we all made it nicely and as gentlemen.
yeah, of course, sure.
Of course.
Yeah.
Nah, throw me under the bus. It's all good. Back to the interview. Let's go.
Didn't take long. We're just go off the rails.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But this is actually George's first time he's ever heard of you guys, and the first time he's heard any of your music, and even Lou too. The first time he's heard all your stuff, and I don't know, what'd you think of it, George? What'd you think of the album?
I liked it. It's well written. The songs are catchy, like we discussed before, and they earworms. You sit there and you're running them through your head. It's like shit, which is what you want. You want people to
Ideally,
you want your songs to be memorable and people to enjoy them.
Yeah.
Well written.
What about you, Lou?
I loved it. I mean, I regret that I only heard of Skyliner recently, but getting to listen to all three albums in sequence and hearing the progression with every album, and just hearing the songs and the production just get tighter and tighter. I mean, that's what I want for all bands. Just to become better craftspeople. And I would say that with this album they nailed it. I'm as happy as I am with this one. I'm only looking forward to what you guys put out later on. Keep up the great work, and salute.
That's a cool feeling too, because it's kind of like for me, like I'm usually like the fan, So when someone says, "Oh, I've just heard of you," or "I like your record," whatever, it always takes me out of myself a little bit, because I'm like, wait, but I only do this with artists and stuff. Yeah. No one does this with my band,
Yeah,
it's really cool, and to hit back on the previous question a little bit about like the writing process. Like everyone who's ever been involved, I always bring things to the room, the rehearsal and everything, like the bass. Most of you get the idea of the song, but if like you might have a different idea for a drum fill or like a kick pattern, or there might be some bass thing that you think sucks or like whatever.
You might think sucks. Look, that happened like once.
And so kind of like sort of like bang it out that way, but you can always hear everyone's personality.
of course.
There's personality and color that's poured in everything, and it's something I always try to, when I'm working with Jamie on the mix. We want to make sure that the mix always captures that, and that's true for all the recordings, all the records and the EP. We want to achieve that feeling where when you turn it up, you can come close to having that same feeling that you would experience if you were in the rehearsal room.
Right.
And all these languages, from the three players, all these languages and interpretations and input are coming swirling together and producing what you're hearing. We don't want it to just be kind of, here's the sound recording, here's the product. Right. It has to be that kind of experience, because that's what we like about heavy music. And dynamic bands like that, they bring that experience.
Yeah. I will add that I feel that you guys live can replicate this stuff. It's not overly layered, overly produced. It breathes, and what you hear, you guys can replicate. A lot of bands can't.
One of the reasons that there's not like lots of, I believe in cutting the fat off. And so when we're reviewing stuff and we want to like add parts, if I'm thinking of vocal or whatever, if it's necessary, I want it to be there. But if it's kind of like, well, what if we do this on top of that? I kind of avoid that. I want to avoid, well, what if this and what if that? I want to get to that exciting idea that you're stoked about having, and implement that, and then say, okay, well, how is this now? But all the stuff that's after that, well, bands are like, we can put 1,000 tracks in this song. Like that's the stuff I want to avoid, and that's one of the reasons for that is because live it's not going to be.
Nobody wants to be that band that everybody's like, yeah, but they're not as good live.
Yeah, you don't want that.
It doesn't sound like nobody wants to hear that. That's terrible.
Yeah.
It's like actually yesterday I was talking to a guy who mixed my album, and I forgot what we were really talking about, but we started talking about when bands record their album, they put all these things into the album, but then when they go play live, they can't replicate what they did on the album. Yeah, and it's kind of foolish to do things like that because
it's a letdown. It's a fan.
It's not even necessary, Some of it's not even necessary.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It's there's no sense to. What's that?
Just excess.
Right.
A lot of bands have got excess. So.
Def Leppard made a career later on out of the excess.
Although they deny it, George.
Yeah.
It sounds great, by the way. The Project Resurrection sounds quite good.
Is it good?
Yeah, from what you posted, yeah.
When I posted, all right. I hope so. I don't know. I really don't listen to that.
You don't listen to that dribble.
No.
The thing is, like, you're still too close to it to like hear like if you like it or not,
No, I liked it from the first day.
You're just like stuck in the project. You disappear into the abyss, and then like you don't know if it sounds good. You don't know what it sounds like because you need to be away from it to hear it as like a listener.
Right.
But I think the production and the mix, I think all that stuff sounds really good though.
Yeah.
But you're gonna need like a few months before you'll be able to hear it back and hate everything that you did on it.
You met Wayne, he hates everything he does.
That is true. I hate this show the most.
You've quit on it several times.
I have quit on this show a lot. And actually, I'm quitting now. I'll see you guys later. Lou, take over.
Okay, Stuart, as the most recent member of the band, how would you feel the band has progressed, either, since prior to your joining and now?
Well, I've been here for a couple of years. I got pulled in for a show pretty short notice. So, learn the set and learn a number of songs afterwards for the EP. I think the progression in the band that I've added, I came from probably a different style than their previous players. I know that the first bass player, phenomenal bass player, was pretty classically trained. I'm basically all self-taught at this point. I think that the genres of music that I listen to probably vary enough from these two that I've been able to add some influence from some post-rock elements. That and like triplets, I would say, are the things that I've brought more to this band than anything else. But I think that I've had to learn a lot to get up to the point that these guys were at when they brought me on. But I'd like to think that as I've gotten better, I've also helped to push the band a little bit in a direction that has at least my style in it.
Well, that's the way it should be. I mean, when you're in a band situation, it's, you're coming in to become a better musician and push your bandmates to be as good, or, just, reach that top of the mountain that you hope is endless. You just always want to keep getting better. So being that Skyliner is signed to a label like LMP, Limb Records, how does that feel to you guys? I mean, the reason why I ask this is because, looking at it and being familiar with the label itself from years of experience in college radio and being serviced with a lot of their records, I looked at it and I said, I looked at your album covers and I said to myself, I could see this being on Limb, but at the same time, though, the artwork is so good, the production is so good, the songwriting is so good that it could be on well, let's say a Century Meteor or a Nuclear Blast. So how have they been treating you? How has the label been with you guys?
Funny story about that.
Yeah, Lou, haven't you looked on the album?
No, not on Limb.
Haven't I what?
You haven't looked on the album.
Yeah.
So that probably answers the question to an extent.
Yeah.
But
they so I'm fond of those guys, love them. They did a lot of great things, but they told me that this one sounded like a demo. You can click that too. Yeah. So we didn't. So that did not continue with this record. There were some other parties, not named, who I spoke to, who were essentially, we love the album, but we don't know what to do with it. We don't know what it sounds like, and on. And
it's also really hard to find a new label in the middle of a pandemic.
And that,
what are they supporting? Is the question they come at you with is, well, like, what's happening right now?
It's kind of
like get any advertisement out or anything. Nobody's going anywhere. Nobody's buying anything.
Yeah, it's just such a rock and a hard place kind of situation to be. And so I'm just sitting around. I'm like, like I'm gonna die like waiting for someone to like work with us, and no one's gonna hear this, and so we're just gonna do it ourselves. And so not only this, but Age of Virgo, the EP that preceded this, those are both on our own imprint, which is Alchemic Visions, and which is a real imprint.
Which is real.
Yeah, because it's it do though, but it do. But yeah, and that, I mean, that's a completely different school of challenges, But the important thing is that people are getting the music,
Right.
So on one hand, I'm kind of irritated because I feel that the material was certainly good enough to have some partnership and some other personnel on our side, in that context. But it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I apologize for not knowing the full story. Just I saw that you were still on their website, so.
Better be. It's not like we didn't make those.
The old albums are still under them, so that's.
If we disappear, I might have to make a phone call and speak to them.
We'll be good.
My associates to have a talk.
Leave the vicious.
Shut up.
Ben, we haven't talked to you yet. Been very quiet in the middle there, and we got to hear you talk. Although the connection is getting really crappy right now. I don't know what's going on.
Quiet.
Are we going to hang up again? Is that going to happen again?
Is it that saltwater peninsula air? Or
I
whatever?
think it is. It happened around a half hour on this last time.
No, it's great on our side. Maybe just wait a second. On this side, it's
Is it
great.
just the camera that's blurry?
I don't know. It's all going crazy. All right, I think we're all right now. All right, I'll do that over. Ben, you've been the quietest person here pretty much so far throughout the whole interview. What do you think of the new album? Like, did you get to do like any input on your drum parts or anything, or add anything that from the demos?
Yeah. I mean, things just kind of organically change a little bit when you have to physically play them, and depending on the song, like. That I might notice something that Jake's playing when we're in a room together, and I'll be like, oh, well, no, the drums are going to be like this now, which happened on the second verse of Bleed. There's some stuff in Dark River White Thunder, double kick, like tom part right after the solo that I kind of added something that did not exist in the original demo. But then there are other songs, like actually We Have the Shadows is not identical or anything. There's some additional stuff in there, but like, the drums are really, if not, they're very, very close to the demo that he originally showed me, just with maybe slight changes in fills and stuff. And one section where the pattern changes pretty dramatically, but like if I really like where the drums are landing with a particular demo, there's really no reason to change things. I just learn and then I make it my own. And then if I notice something when we're playing together that makes more sense than whatever was demoed, or that could not be organically or easily expressed in a demo when you're just letting, your software throw in some programmed drums, then obviously I'll make those changes. But like, I'm definitely like there both. I mean, obviously I physically play drums, but it's definitely like my playing, my approach, my interpretation of the ideas. But a lot of the songs, if you heard the demo, you recognize a decent percentage of the drums. But again, that's because those drums made sense in those spots.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I
I do the same
I
thing
think
too.
there's a lot of personality that's there, and I feel like maybe Wayne will agree with this. If your instrument is the kid, if you're a drummer, then you have a lot of competition. You know, a lot of other drummers heard alongside you, and so I feel that it's probably a little bit more of a challenge in some ways than certain other instruments. If you're a drummer, to really kind of allow your personality to come out and be developed and be heard in parts.
Yeah.
To kind of flower like that. And I think that's something we achieve.
Yeah.
Is having like that individual voice rather than just here's the most basic part that fits the song, or here's
Ben's also just really good, so that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps. Yeah.
It's always good. It's always good to have like good musicians in the band.
Yeah.
But
That
Ben
really helps.
isn't as good as he
Who's the worst musician in the band?
Oh, that's me.
It's not Ben.
We'll
I'm
just,
just saying that
It's
because you're
it's not that good.
we'll just say not. The answer is going to be not the middle
Oh,
guy.
we have plenty of rehearsals where I'm like, I can't believe I messed that up. I can't believe I messed that up. Last rehearsal, stick kept flying out of my hands, and my stick pack is like right in front of the snare, so like I can quickly grab another one, but it's embarrassing when you've been doing this as long as me and him especially have, and sticks will fly out of your hand sometimes when you're sweaty, and it's like, oh,
it's punk rock.
You just play it off. I meant to do that.
Stick around.
Well, no, I need the next my fingers.
You think you need that?
But it's
No, I
very,
do, for the ghost
it's
notes.
very punk rock, though.
Yeah.
Nobody-
Right.
Actually,
Exactly.
I feel like our second record had like a kind of punk quality to it in ways. And on a weird side note, and I know we're not talking about the second record, but the second record there's a song
Well, you are.
where when recording, like a thing flew out of my hand, but it did so in just the perfect way
Yeah.
to sound amazing.
So
So I kept-
so he's always adding character. There's always
flying sticks, and it's great.
Did you ever hit yourself in the eye though with a flying stick?
No, I have I haven't hit myself in the eye, but I have like
Have you hit
drawn
other
blood
patrons?
before.
Oh, drawn
Yeah.
blood.
Yeah. I've done that too.
Or
I
you
used
got
to
hit
get
with
the-
iron sticks.
Right. I used to get like
Stage.
really bad blisters. Like if I didn't play for a long time,
I've had
blood
a-
everywhere.
So, yeah.
I've had a
When you
guitar
hit your hand
string
on a
pop.
cymbal.
I had a
that I
guitar
had.
string pop and slice my face one time. That was
Ooh,
not.
Oh,
That's not cool.
Rough.
But when I was younger, I would all my drums would be in my bedroom, and I'd play, and a stick would go flying out of my hand every once in a while. I got myself in the eye once, and one time I had a lamp. It went flying and shattered the whole lamp. It's like, son of a bitch.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
that's
why we don't have much glass in the practice room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't keep glass around.
Yeah, that's the band
No.
stuff.
Real quick, I want to say about Lynn though. Obviously, they didn't print out the last two things we put out, and that's disappointing. But we really appreciate the fact that they were willing to take this weird, quirky little Florida power metal band and put out two records from us. Because, like, I know we're not Rhapsody. I have no illusions about what we are. Like, we were a risk even on Outsiders,
Yes.
and it was very cool of them to put out two records. And we definitely don't want to make it sound like we don't appreciate them doing that, because, like, okay, this is embarrassing, but he has a photograph of me signing when we agreed to, like, they agreed to release Outsiders. Like, he literally has a photograph of me signing the contract.
Yeah.
Because we were so excited somebody was willing to print a record out from us.
All right.
that's a great feeling.
So
Everything that we do, like for me, I'm just like, no one's gonna like this.
yeah, so I definitely we appreciate everything Lim's done in the past.
Yeah.
But don't cross me.
Fair enough.
I'm just shocked though that they thought this was a demo. I mean, the new album does not sound anything like a demo.
Not at all.
That's verbatim from the email, so I don't know, but whatever.
Whatever. But how is it doing the band now on your own? I imagine I know how it is. It's hard to promote all your stuff and everything. So
I'm
how
sure
you
it's
dealing with all that?
liberating though.
Yeah.
It's rough, but it's nice because it's nice, but it kind of makes your head spin a little bit because even in the past like 2 years, like things, like the state of how streaming is and like the sale of physical CDs and all this stuff. I mean, it's like changing harder than like I mean, you can't really keep up, can you?
Yeah.
You know, really. I mean, there's people who I can think of a few services like started by musicians, like people who don't even play anymore because now their business is literally trying to keep up with the business.
Right.
You know, and that's what they're trying to make money off of now because it's insane. You know, it's nice. We're the CD, the EP, and Dark Rivers. Both those are exclusively on Bandcamp. If you like the CDs, those are on there because that has emerged as the best place. In my
Got
opinion.
them all here. Right there.
Excellent.
My collection.
Yeah, Age of Virgo and Dark Rivers. Those are the CD version that's only on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's like the best place to be now. But
Yeah.
You got to promote it everywhere.
what if it
like,
changes?
You got to get it out on Facebook for the people who are still using Facebook and Twitter, and we made an Instagram.
Yeah.
Was it Instagram or Snapchat?
It's
We have one of
Instagram.
those, and we don't have the other one. I don't remember.
It
We
damn
have
sure
it.
isn't a Snapchat. I know that. It's Instagram.
Well, I'm sure it's not TikTok because you have to shake a lot of ass in videos on TikTok, so I'm sure that's not it.
Well, I think you can get our music on TikTok if if one or two people on the
Our
world
music
want
makes
to do
good
that.
60-second dance videos.
I don't think so either. But I've
We
never
can try
tried.
it.
I've never tried though. I don't know.
It might be the next thing. Could be the next video.
Easy, though, you
Wayne, no ideas, please.
Oh, they're brewing.
know? In
And-
a year,
And can
in like a year or year and a half, like maybe no one's going to be on like a Bandcamp or no one's going to care about this service or that. You know, like Tidal might, flop.
Title
again.
might exist for once.
Oh yeah, or exist at all. You know, I mean, you just don't know, and so it's just kind of like, it's a lot to think about. It's a totally different set of work circumstances, obviously. But you do get to be closer to the audience though, being independent. So that's a plus.
Now, George, you guys do that with your band too. You pretty much do all your. Actually, you do most of the social media stuff, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All the usual sites: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
whatever.
a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to keep up.
It is. It's very much.
Because there's always, like you're on there doing your thing, but then you're gonna get like all these like voices in your ear and in your email and everywhere, like, what are you doing wrong with your posts? Here's how you can improve.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, oh
Would
my
you like
god,
to sell
dude.
these knives?
And like, everything is gonna tell you something different, and it's gonna change like every week, and
It's hard to know what actually does work. It's a tough thing to do.
I mean, I'm sure it's simpler if it's like something that's where the mainstream scene tends to be more mechanical in nature, like mainstream indie rock or hip hop or whatever. I can say this, like this works. If you do this, you'll probably end up here, and quantify that, and it'll happen. But if it's heavy metal or like some weird subgenre, like me and Ben used to only listen to Polkacore for until we met this guy who expanded.
Yeah. I single-handedly introduced them to music that mattered.
Absolutely.
You know?
Music like that. I mean, it's more sticky.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
I think a lot of people probably think other genres have an easier time, to be fair, though. Cause
Yeah, no, of course they do.
like, everybody has a hard time right now. Just like there's so many people making music, only 40 or 50 of them are household names at any given point
Yeah.
for like a year or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. Lou, what were you gonna say? I see you unmuting there.
Well, I was on their Bandcamp right now, and I saw that the new album's on there. But I was hoping I could find a T-shirt. If somebody wanted to purchase merchandise from you guys, where would they go?
We have some stuff, but we don't have like a lot.
We haven't had recent stuff because we haven't had. I guess we haven't had shows really.
Yeah,
we probably look at it. If we're gonna do shows again.
just like concentrate like full on like with like the record and stuff like that. previously there was a big cartel, and now big cartel is an example of what I was talking about. Now no one uses a big cartel, but at the time everyone had one. Everyone had that. Now there's different options. I know that there's an option I can go into the Bandcamp to add some of the stuff that we have. When sure is some limited stuff, but but we do have some shirts and some other things. I have a bunch of Outsiders shirts, and yeah, man.
We have to get a design set up for the new album if we wanted to put up T-shirts for.
I would like to do that too.
Yeah, we can look into that.
For sure.
I'll DM you guys for a shirt then.
Yeah, I would appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'll help you. I'll hook you up with that stuff for sure.
Cool.
We'll
Thanks.
make sure you get something.
Actually, I still have a shirt left over. You sent me one for Uncle Saxon when he used to be on the show. And I never gave it to him.
Never received?
Never received it because that bastard,
He can't receive it.
It has to be.
It's not an
approved.
orange jumpsuit. He can't receive it.
like that.
Not orange jumpsuit.
yeah, well, that might be kind of true.
I mean,
But,
kind of. You already admitted to us on the show, Wayne.
It is true. Yeah, but now you sent it to me. He went away somewhere, and then he came back, and things were not the same. So he did not receive that shirt. So I just
Ain't going back to Folsom County. What?
Black Uncle.
It is what it is. What else? Oh, Ben and Stuart, what are your guys' influences? Like, what bands are you into?
Want to go first?
What do you mean? Like, what has directly influenced my playing, or do you mean what I really listen to?
Yeah, both.
Okay. I really like Mike Tirana from Rage.
All right.
I really like the Jesse Smith era from Zayo, which power metal bands probably shouldn't reference metalcore, but I adore Zayo. They're like one of my all-time favorite bands. Yeah. A lot of like the foundational power metal people, like I think, and I know everybody loves the guy, but Ingo, right?
Yeah.
From Halloween, like the first 5 records.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that guy's great. I don't care that he's meat and potatoes. He's great meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
He's like, people don't not give that guy enough credit for like revolutionizing, like that whole like straight double bass like.
Right. Well, I don't think he wasn't around long enough. I don't think to really get that recognition.
Yeah. 5 records is probably not enough to get the kind of respect you should.
Yeah.
Just like it bounces around. I really like. I can't play it very well, but I really like a lot of the like 50s and 60s like jazz players. Like I can put on anything from Miles Davis and just nerd out or whoever's playing drums.
Tony
like,
Williams.
Well, not even just Tony Williams, but what's the name of the guy who played on Kind of Blue? I don't know his name.
Now.
So anyway, the guy in Kind of Blue is a genius, especially considering he improvised all of it. Joe Jones, right? Yeah, like all of those people. I wish I could play that stuff. Oh, I love bebop. What else? I've been really into a lot of like Instagram drummers lately.
Really?
I haven't really been able to like incorporate in my playing yet, but I'm really into people like Anika Niles and the guy from Porcupine Tree.
Okay, he's awesome.
Some of the ideas that these people are coming up with, I'm just like, I gotta figure out how to fit that into stuff. Yeah. I'm probably a little bit all over the map, but in terms of Skyliner stuff, it's really kind of a mixture of like, I can't believe I forgot this. Alex Albert from a band called Project 86. He played in the first 5 records. It's sort of like post-hardcore meets rap rock kind of, but like if you
Project
took
86, they're good.
those things, like his playing was actually influenced some stuff on this last record. Some of that like big, crashy, like single kick stuff.
Yeah, he was very hard hitting. He was a hard drummer.
No, but he was like hard hitting while doing like stuff in 5/4 and having like these big explosive grooves and like. I really, really, really liked Alex Albert a lot. Like in terms of like single kick players. So like a mixture of a lot of different things.
Was he the drummer that played on Drawing Black Lines?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was.
That's a killer album.
Yeah,
he's OG project.
Yeah, he's like one of the founding members. Yeah.
Got it. Oh, by the way, to provide context, the drummer on Kind of Blue was Jimmy Cobb.
Thank you. Yes, Jimmy Cobb. I almost bought a book he wrote the introduction to about Kind of Blue, and then I decided I have like 30 books.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But
What
yeah,
about?
I'm a little bit all over the place.
Was my man? Is you all over the place too?
Yeah.
Are you in one
Yes.
place?
Well, I would say that I started pretty basic as far as like I like John Myung from Dream Theater,
Yeah.
which everybody likes John Myung. Everybody likes John Myung. Everybody likes Geddy Lee, but like they're good, so that's why they like him. But I started in a lot of prog metal stuff. I love Michael League from Snarky Puppy. I forget his last name, but the bass player for a group called Dirty Loops. I want to say his first name is Henrik. Really great, like kind of poppy jazz trio that came out longer than I think it was. It's like probably like 7 years ago. But they've got some really great music. I learned Galloping Triplets from Iron Maiden. You know, I think every bass who's ever tried to learn triplets started there.
Yeah.
Recently, The Ocean, Black Crown Initiate, Leprous, and then a number of like post-rock bands, like the whole We Lost the Sea and Hammock and This Will Destroy You and all the kind of like lower droney stuff like Sunno. Inner Arma has been a big part of my rotation recently because I got introduced to that by somebody who listens to way more music than I do. And I've been like a lot of our jams recently have slowly devolved into very trudgy, like doomy.
Oh yeah, we get into that.
Like,
Sure,
group sessions.
we
And
get into
that's-
that. Perhaps that's tasty stuff. We get into that for sure.
So, do you think you might incorporate some of that maybe on some of the next albums? Yeah.
We have a little bit.
Not as hard.
Not as
No, not as
hard.
hard, but-
Age of Virgo. The Age of Virgo EP has got a couple like specific. There's a riff that I call the dinosaur riff. The dinosaur riff in Age of Virgo Part 2, where it's just there's definitely a little sludge going on there, you know, and it's very enjoyable. There's even a little bit of sludge on Cages Recreate almost.
Yeah.
Some black a little bit on there.
I think a lot of the stuff is going to be less. We've talked about some of this because we do a lot of jams that aren't necessarily super like power prog or anything like that.
Yeah, it's how we open
I think-
rehearsals is just go
I think
for it.
we're going to try, if we do stuff like that, to put it on like EPs rather than full lengths and try and keep the full length more like straight to the genre.
Yeah. That'd be a good
It's
idea.
It's fun to play.
Yeah, cool. There's some interesting instruments that are used on this album, like the water stick and the banjo and everything. And Jake, you were telling me a story about how some of these instruments were recorded because obviously, you know, the water stick is very expensive. So you're not going to go in a music store and just go buy a water stick.
Yes, it is. You know, the rain stick. That's
A
only
rain stick. Why do I call it a water stick? Rain stick.
Well, rain is still water, Wayne.
It is still water, but it's technically called a rain stick.
Water still rain, Wayne. Yeah, I should have. So that's only on one track, which is "I Walk Alone." That's the new video that we have, and that's the only track that's got the rain stick on it. So I'm thinking like we're not gonna go and just honestly, we're not gonna buy a rain stick just for this. So trip to Guitar Center. You take one, go into the acoustic room with the iPad, and just record a few, and that's it. And then one of them was just used for the record.
He literally came back to the practice room one day like, I got the rain stick recording. What?
Yeah.
I closed myself in the acoustic room.
Yep, and the same, and the same with the banjo part. The banjo was also on "I Walk Alone." Obviously, well, not obviously, but I mean, I'm not really trying to buy a banjo. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the same thing, banjo. But everything else, though, everything else that's on there, like the shakers and tambourine and the the djembe and all that stuff. We have all that stuff. We got all. Yeah.
It's
it's not the same one.
This one ended up on other records, but not on this.
Oh yeah, but like we got like a box full of stuff we can play around with. But I mean, but at least it's real. We played it though. It's not like the stuff you hear on there is not coming from a loop or something.
Right.
No.
Like it's not like this anonymous synthetic
replication. Wait 3 or
yeah.
And when you record, Yeah. When you were recording that, was anybody like, "What the hell are these guys doing in there?" They're like,
No.
no, they just paid you no mind.
Walked in the door.
Yeah.
Wayne, the artist creates. You must let them to their own devices.
Hey, listen, I'd create a whole album in Guitar Center if I could. You know.
You have low standards, sir.
I do. Hey, you can work miracles with today's productions and stuff like that. So anything can happen. And you mentioned "I Walk Alone." How was it making the video for that album? Because it looked like you were doing it in somebody's backyard or something. You got like the little the fire pit going and everything. So tell us the story about that.
Got a lot of fire. Well, I can't tell you where it is. I think the place is cursed, so I don't really impart that on anybody.
Oh, am I cursed now just talking about it?
No. But if you go there, which you won't, you might not come back.
No, I won't go.
It was stressful for at least one of us.
Oh, really?
The whole night I'm thinking, all right, we're gonna get noise ordinanced, or we're gonna light something on fire. It's not lighting something on fire.
Either way, we're probably gonna get arrested.
Either way, we're probably going to jail.
So let's just
let's not do that. And we managed not to do that. None of us went to jail that night. Our videographer was very happy that we did not go to jail that night.
It's always a good thing when you don't go to jail.
Yeah, not going to jail. But it was a stressful night at times, but we got it done. It lasted well over 5 hours.
Wow.
Set up and recording and getting different shots, and it was a day.
Yeah. I wanted to do that video since since the songs got finished. Yeah.
Really?
Since that one in particular was finished, and then hearing the the full mix and everything, it was just like
yeah. I think that song
we have to do
decided
this.
for the video before all of the songs were.
Yeah, because that is one thing. I think whether you're whether you have the weensy backing of a label or you're an independent band or whatever, if you can do the clip, then you got to do the clip. You have to.
Yeah.
Well, unless your stuff is just kind of like detergent sounding and it doesn't lend itself to a clip, then fine, like whatever. But I mean, exciting music. If we play this kind of exciting music, like heavier music and dynamic, passionate music, I mean, you should be able to at least have an idea for a video, And if you can pull it off, then definitely do so.
Yeah.
And so for that one, I had the idea for some months, and it was we were definitely going to take it to the next level after the Condition Black video. Which that one came together extremely well, but I wanted to make it even better and more special, more organic, and just have a more updated feel. Something really grabs you, and it's the same videographer, the same guy worked on both the videos, so it's got a little bit of the same feel. The DNA is there, so. Very cool thing, but I'm super happy.
He was really patient with us, which was good. We did that night.
It's always good too to work with somebody you're familiar with, so they know your attitudes and stuff like that. So.
That's kind of part of the band thing is that you need a team whether you like it or not.
Right.
You need people who by a team I don't mean like a certain quantity of individuals, but just someone who you can just say, okay, you know what you're doing, and I don't have to worry about you.
Yeah.
The person in charge of art has to do that. If it's a label thing, the person doing promotion has to be someone you can trust. They're usually not, but but they have to be. That's the job. If you're working with someone on your video or your mixing engineer, who's the most important person, you just need to be able to. You got to be able to have these people all kind of understand you and
right
at the same time, or else you're never going to get anything done.
Yeah, exactly. Do you think you're going to make another video for one of the other songs, or?
I'd like to.
Might do like a studio video for one of the other tracks.
Hey,
We've been talking about it.
Y'all watching this? Y'all want a video?
No.
You know what?
Hey, how about this? Shoot stuff on your iPhone.
No more
Shoot stuff on your phone. Send it to me. I'll edit it on iMovie, no charge.
I told them we're going to put out a video. It's still going to have the Sony Vegas watermark in the background.
If I could steal it, I'll use it.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I have like 3 or 4 ideas for like videos. It's just that, my bank account doesn't reflect what I want to do. So, we just had to pick and choose. Like right now, we're able to do that, and it's awesome. And maybe later we'll be able to do something. I don't know.
Yeah. If we can get one done, we'll probably try at least one more.
I hope.
Yeah.
Very cool. Any leftover songs for on this album for like maybe like the next EP or even the next album?
Dry.
Yeah, we're totally dry, man. Actually, it's like it actually works in reverse because the Age of Virgo stuff. Those 3 songs were originally part of Dark Rivers too. So there's like 80 minutes of music, and it's like, see on Condition Black, there was a suite of songs called The Divine Remembrance, which at the time I thought this is like the best thing we've ever done is this set of songs because it's if you listen to it, it's meant to be kind of like one piece.
Right.
The way that Love Supreme is, John Coltrane, like one piece flowing together with a couple interludes, and there was a lot of heart and effort put into it, but it was sandwiched in between like all these like ball busting tracks. Which were just like track, and then they get to this thing which is also that, but has all these other elements, and people just kind of tuned out. End up giving the record like a 5 and stuff because they were just like, well, it would be really good if it wasn't for this
section, just like
this whole section right here. Like the Age of Virgo stuff was a little diverse musically too, and had a certain vision and narrative to it as well. So I thought, well, we're going to accomplish like 3 or 4 different things by taking these songs, like these 3 songs, and just making a separate EP out of it and giving it its own artwork and like all that stuff. So there's nothing left over, but it was all the same originally, all the same record.
All the stuff like would have been like, oh yeah, we've got these extra things in reserve, became like a couple of songs that filled that gap.
Yeah.
Because
the Warhawk too. Warhawk was a Dark River song, which we put out as a little digital, like a digital only single, which you can find that on the Bandcamp too. If you've heard that, that's a cool song. I felt like that one kind of had a B-side feel, like not in a bad way, but just in the way of here's this nice extra track. You know how you like if you hear like a Japanese edition of something, you really hear that song, and it's like, man, this isn't like as good as the rest of the songs, but I really enjoy this. Right? That's how that song feels to me. But we did that just to have some music out before the full length came out.
Waiting for everything to come together.
Yeah, I think it's good because I think all that stuff gave people more music and more idea of what all these different songs are about, and it made the final product nice and tight, nice and packed as a record. So
we're pretty good on new stuff.
No, I got nothing.
Yeah. It's been jam sessions and putting up set lists for a little bit now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see if anything shakes out of jam sessions.
Yeah, it's so much work, like just putting the thing out and looking at the promotion, doing the video and stuff. It's like I don't even really have time to write.
Yeah, I definitely know what that feels like. The album covers. Who'd you have do the artwork? I think she's done a couple of your artworks, right?
She has done. Her name is.
Put that a little bit closer to the screen there.
Yes, look how amazing it is. And Jess. Her name is Jess. And I know you're watching this, Jess, and let's shout you out right now.
She better be watching. She better subscribe too. And everybody watching the show better subscribe. Hit the damn subscribe button.
Smash that like button.
Smash it like.
Smash it.
And if you dislike it, we'll have George come to your house and kill you.
No, he'll remove all your teeth.
I do that too.
That's worse.
Yeah, he'll do that. With his bare hands.
It's just metaphor. It's not. He's not going to actually.
No, he actually has bare hands.
He will. He's a dentist.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah. Whoa.
Music doesn't pay the bills, so.
She goes by the name of Stars Cold Night, and she's all over DeviantArt and a lot of other different places. She sells, I think, some Redbubble stuff, maybe Etsy, or I don't know. I'm getting something wrong, but you can't really avoid her if you just look up Stars Cold Night. And
Actually, her website, well, this one is bookcoversrealm.com.
Covers Realm.
Yeah. And Stars.
This is Melody, guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
she finally
Hi,
makes an
Melody.
appearance on the show. Hi.
I don't know.
Where's your headphones? Is she coming on the show?
Here, come here.
Fine.
Now everybody can. You can get back. Okay.
Anyway,
It's sad
Yeah.
when it was prettier than
She did all the Dark River stuff, and she did the Warhawk cover as well. She's
Huh?
amazing.
yeah, she does some really nice artwork.
Where can people find her work if they want to commission her?
It's Stars Cold Night or book cover realm. Covers, is it book cover realms?
Book? I think it's book. You want to make me take the book line again?
Stars Cold Night on DeviantArt. Which,
Yeah.
Bookcoversrealm.com.
Yeah.
And art by Stars Cold Night.
Yeah.
And did she do the pictures with you guys too, or is that your
That
dad?
is so cool.
That was actually taken by this guy's wife.
Yeah.
Who did the fire in the fire pin in the video on a side note?
Yeah. But that's how we
Huh?
actually look, though. There's no effects on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did my wife did the paint the makeup
She did all the
and
makeup.
then did the photos.
Yeah. The
Okay.
abilities and things like that, when you're enhanced human, you have to keep it on the.
Right. Yeah.
But that's quite good. I
She was
agree.
also incredibly.
I couldn't imagine. But
You see,
Paul-
there's a trend. You see, there's a trend here of us needing people who are patient and understanding with our nature.
Yeah, and hey, that's what we all need, right? That's why I work with Lou and George, because they're
Well,
very patient with me.
We're mostly.
I think it's wonderful that you guys have a community of people that you can trust, and you can promote them, and they can promote you, and it's a co-habitual friendship, working relationship, all that. I think it's a great thing. I definitely think that artists from different kinds of media definitely need to not only get together but stick together to watch each other grow and prosper from what they're doing. And I've told
Rah,
this. Thank you. Well, George, I've told this to you countless
Yeah.
times. I wish all the best for Timeless Haunt, and I wish all the best for Skyliner. And Wayne, I wish all the best for Project Resurrect as well. Now, when the hell am I coming out with an album?
Well,
Yeah, really.
we
Come
do
on,
cover
Lou.
songs, Lou. Me, you, and George all do cover
Yeah.
songs, and
I do
Actually-
create though, but this is not about me. It's about Skyliner tonight.
that's all right. Then we're gonna end the show up here. Favorite song off the album, Jake.
Yeah,
Shit.
They're like his kids, man. You can't ask them to answer
I
that
know.
That's
question.
right.
There's always got to be one song. It's your favorite.
It usually tends to be like one out of this triad that's near the end of the album, like just anyone random out of like Night Gypsies, Bleed, Wheel of the Shadows. Depending on the day, like any one of those three can be like my favorite. But it becomes more difficult every record,
Yeah.
which is a good thing. I don't want to have one where I'm like, no, this
Yeah.
one.
But definitely not that one.
Definitely not. Yeah, you don't want that. It's difficult, but I think after living with it a few months, like I think I still feel that way. Like definitely, like your Night Gypsies, Bleed, we just one of those. Probably one of those.
What about you, Ben?
The instrumentals. I refuse to pick them. I'm not running to the instrumentals.
Yeah.
Is that because Jake's not singing on them?
No. Ground that we don't necessarily always cover, especially drum wise. Especially the slow instrumental. I got to do stuff I haven't really done in any other Skyliner recordings.
There's Triangle
Much
on
more
there.
bells.
Yeah, he's got Triangle, he's got Bells, Winter Witch Moon. That's that track. Yeah. Good
Very
stuff.
cool. Stuart.
I like Catch a Dream. It's really like high flying power metal. It's fun to play. It's got catchy chorus. I like that song.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's hard to pick a good song off this album. They're really all good. My favorite's Dark River's White Thunder. I just love how catchy that song just starts off the whole album, Just opens the whole thing up and just flies. And somebody's throwing dishes in the background.
It's a Greek dance party. Opa!
What about you, Lou? Do you have a favorite song off the album?
I said it at the beginning of the show. It's
I wasn't paying attention.
Ooh.
Usually when you talk, I fall asleep.
Oh, did.
What? Hey, it could have changed. I don't know. What about you, George?
In an hour?
I change very often.
I don't need to know that. George, what's your favorite Tool album? No, just kidding. What's your favorite song off this album?
I'm going to echo Stuart, Catch a Dream, for the same reasons. It's just, we're bass players, right there, guys.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, the song flies. It's powerful. It grabs you and it just takes you along. And I like the melody with it as well. You know, it's just well written, well done.
I like Melody too when she doesn't smash dishes in the background.
Once you're not hitting me with them, I'm fine.
Opa!
10,000 Days by the way, which everybody's going to argue.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to argue. No, I'm not going to argue because I'm not even responding to that. So I'm not even going to dignify that.
Well, I hope you all catch a dream, and this album gets noticed by a lot of people, and Lim can, feel sorry and bad when your album is like huge and you're on some big label at some point, and you just keep reaching for the stars, because I really think the album is really good, and you deserve to be, you deserve to be on a label, because you guys are established, you know what you're doing. And your albums just keep getting better and better and better, and I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, the quality of the songwriting and musicianship is there. And Wayne, thank you for making me notice it, Senpai.
You're welcome. Anytime, Lou.
It didn't sound right the way you said it, but moving on.
I watch your back, Lou.
Thank you, Jake.
Know about this
Guitar
guy.
players got to stick together. We know.
That's right. So anything? Where can people go and find the band's websites or social medias or whatever?
Skyliner on Facebook. Skyliner.bandcamp.com.
Yeah, the Bandcamp is just the word Skyliner. Although, if you want the first two albums as well, those are actually on a separate Bandcamp, which Slim runs. So we have like two Bandcamps.
Yeah,
it's weird, but that one is called Skyliner Official, which is factually incorrect because only the singular Skyliner title
is the actual official.
Right, yeah.
But it's fine, but all the stuff can be had and can be heard.
And what's the Insta again? Is it the Skyliner on Instagram?
The Instagram is Skyliner Music.
Skyliner Music on Instagram.
Yeah. And on Instagram, there's stuff which is not on the Facebook too. Like we've done
Just some small bits from the gems.
Yeah, there's little extra things. Like it's not like everything from the Facebook post gets copied onto the Instagram, and it's just all cross posts and whatever. Like there's leading up to the video, there was a series of things for the people who are interested in this. There was a post about like once a week, once every few days, which went into each track, like the themes and meanings, basically, by themselves. And so each song has got like a little post dedicated to it, kind of delving into what is behind that.
Yeah, I actually stole that idea from you. I've been doing that myself.
like people need to, and metal people need to care a little bit more about the lyrics too.
Yeah,
and that includes those who write them.
But yeah,
I would hope so.
Yeah. It was a very good idea, and actually, it gave me a good idea to copy that a little bit because there's only so many things that I can post every day about the same album or the same song. So
right, and you want to have like quality over quantity.
Right.
Like a lot of the Instagram and stuff like this, you can fall into this trap of like, well, I guess I should post something. It's been 2 hours. I don't know. Everyone's gonna forget about my band or my artwork or whatever, and it's just like, ugh, 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 and you start ignoring it. Like I love to ignore Instagram to begin with. Right. Just make my job easier if you're not posting stuff that matters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
you can do so. Just focus on stuff. Yeah, the best ideas you have, and leave all the rest.
Exactly. Well, I really appreciate you guys coming on the show, and it was nice meeting you, Ben and Stuart.
Nice meeting you, Wayne.
Nice meeting you.
And George.
A lot of fun with you guys.
It was a pleasure, gentlemen.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure. You definitely made fans out of us, so thank you.
Yes.
That's right. And please go buy the new Skyliner album, Dark Rivers, White Thunder. I don't know why I keep forgetting the name of it, but Skyliner. please go out and buy the album on CD, or if you want, you can stream it.
Thank you, man. Yeah, you can find us anywhere. Just look up, looking up the band name and
We're on
trying to
Spotify and Tidal and all the.
Find the one that looks more metal, because there's a couple different Skyliners on there.
The fun free stuff. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Anywhere you see our ugly faces, you can. That's rest assured. That's us.
Definitely them. Again, thank you guys for coming on the show so much. And George, what's going on with you?
Yeah, what's going
Right. Oh, you got a show coming up in October, but you know.
I have a show.
Yeah, you're doing that festival.
Oh, Field of Screams.
Yeah.
Oh, in November. Yes.
Oh,
November 6th
October.
will be at November 6th, Field of Screams
All right,
in Lancaster, PA. Yeah.
Cool. All right, cool.
Oh,
And
what
Lou?
are you talking about?
Yeah, I know you. I know your band more than you do. Jeez.
Thank God somebody does.
What's the show?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, have you guys heard of any kind of talk of any shows coming up at all, or any places opening?
A lot of the places around here, honestly, probably never shut down, but they've started shows again.
Yeah.
So
Def Leppard performed for the first time in 1978.
Hold on, let's find out some Def Leppard information first.
What? Say it again.
Def Leppard's first concert was in the gymnasium at their school in Sheffield, England, and they only
How'd you
had
know it was
6
about
people
Def
show
Leppard?
up, So
I heard it.
Oh.
the
She
kids
loves
were
Def
the time
Leppard.
was gone.
Did you get the last part of that, guys?
No.
I just heard third show ever in the gymnasium.
Their Def Leppard's first show was 1978 in Sheffield, England, at their school gymnasium to 6 fans. She goes, that's 6 more fans than Timeless On had. Thanks.
Hey. Wait, so she started the ball rolling with the Thriller factoid.
Yeah.
And stretched it all the way here just to roast you.
Correct.
Good.
I think I just got punched in the head.
That's marriage.
Uh-huh.
Love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
Oh boy. And Lou, what's going on with your show? Music is Life.
Positive. You have a chance.
Well, I'm sorry, Def Leppard takes priority over me.
There's almost 6 people right there online right now.
What has
No,
9 arms?
there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right.
Yeah, there are 6 of us, yes.
Hey guys, what has 9 arms and sucks?
Def Leppard.
That's
Leopard.
right. Anyway,
That's cold.
I apologize. I prefer 10-armed Def Leppard. That makes me culturally insensitive. Fuck off. I don't care. Anyway, what do I got going on? Well, I'm editing a lot of content for my podcast, Music is Life, and I'm really happy to see that the subscribers are growing. We got 31 now, Wayne.
Oh, wow.
And,
Congratulations.
Really happy with the recent cover track that we did, and just happy that things are moving in an upward motion. You know, we got George, who's been joining us on a weekly basis, which is always awesome. And we got Skyliner tonight, so things are looking good for Ratsai Review and for Music is Life. If you guys want to find out more, I'm on the Ratsai Review show every week. But if you want to catch what I'm doing, please go to musicisLifepodcast.com.
Very good. And
We've got TV on.
what are you
George,
watching?
at nighttime, does she ask, step inside, walk this way, you and me, babe, hey, hey?
Hey, hey.
Okay.
And on that note, we're ending the show. We will see you guys next time. Hit that subscribe button.
Bueno
See you
notte
next
and happy
time.
Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. Take care.
What?